Dasmariñas, Cavite. Undersurface is just another busy city in the Philippines, filled with tricycles, malls, and neighborhoods where everyone knows each other. Life here feels ordinary, almost predictable. But in one quiet home, hidden behind those everyday streets, a secret was buried that would shock the entire nation. Under one family's kitchen, there was a secret that stayed hidden for 4 years. Life just went on. People went to work, kids went to school, birthdays, fiestas, Christmases, and all that time, just a few steps away, Maria Evelyn Sayos' body was lying beneath the kitchen floor. And the wildest part was that this wasn't a robbery gone wrong. This wasn't some stranger breaking into the house. No, the betrayal came from the people closest to her, her own daughter Joanna and her boyfriend Ronald. Evelyn was 54 when this happened. She'd lived in that neighborhood pretty much her whole life, and life had not been easy. She lost her husband early, which meant she had to raise 2 kids, Joanna and John, on her own. Friends describe her as kind, resilient, strict, but loving. That Filipino mom archetype, tough exterior, but soft at the core. She really did everything she could to give her kids a good life. But raising Joanna, that was a whole different battle. John the son was quiet, reserved, kept to himself. But Joanna was the complete opposite. She was rebellious, wild, and the type who partied a lot. By 16, she was pregnant with Ronald's baby. And when Evelyn found out, she was furious, not just because of the pregnancy, but because Joanna and Ronald refused to marry. And for Evelyn, who had the strong traditional Filipino values, that was unacceptable. But despite the disappointment, Evelyn still supported her daughter. She helped take care of the baby, provided whatever the baby needs. She kept the household afloat. She did what moms do, even when it hurt. But the thing is, the tension between mother and daughter never went away. Their arguments were constant, loud, and messy. Still, no one could have imagined how bad it would get. Then came August 2016. Friends tried to reach Evelyn one day, who wanted to invite her for coffee. But instead of Evelyn replying, it was Joanna. She told them that her mom had gone to Singapore, to their house there, to clear her head. And honestly, at first it didn't sound crazy. Evelyn did in fact own a house in Singapore that she inherited from her late husband. The people bought the story. But over time, things got weird. Evelyn's Facebook stayed active, but the posts, they didn't sound like her. Cold, short, no emojis. And Evelyn was the type to post photos, use stickers, and gush over things. Family and friends started to feel uneasy. Calls went unanswered. Video chats never happened. And relatives in Singapore, every time they asked to meet up, Evelyn always had an excuse. Years passed, nothing. Evelyn was basically a ghost online. Her son John eventually filed a missing persons report, but police brushed it off. They said, well, her Facebook is active. Her passport's gone. Her clothes are gone. Maybe she just left. But John knew deep down he knew something wasn't right. Fast forward to July 2020. 4 years had gone by. John decided to renovate the family home, especially the kitchen. He even thought maybe his mom would be happy to see it when she got back. But the moment the workers started digging, they noticed something. This horrible foul smell coming from under the floor. At first they thought, okay, maybe it's just a septic tank. Nothing unusual. But then they found something buried in the cement. Evelyn's passport and her ID. And that was it. John rushed to the police, and when the investigators came to the house, they dug deeper. What they found was horrific. A decomposed body curled up inside the septic tank. DNA confirmed what John already feared. It was Evelyn. The autopsy showed she had been brutally attacked, hit with a hammer, stabbed multiple times, deep wounds across her body. This wasn't an accident. It wasn't a sudden fight. It was rage. It was hatred. And all the signs pointed to the 2 people living in the house at that time, Joanna and Ronald. At first, they denied everything. Of course they did. She admitted that on August 20th, 2016, she lured her mother into the basement, saying she had a surprise. Ronald was waiting, hiding. As Evelyn walked down, he attacked her with a hammer. When she fell, still alive, he told Joanna to finish it, and she did. She stabbed her mother over and over until she stopped moving. Afterwards, they dumped her body into the septic tank, sealed it with cement, and thought the secret would stay buried. But here's the thing about secrets. You can patch up the cracks all you want, but eventually the truth forces its way out. For years, neighbors saw Ronald mixing cement. They even noticed the smell coming from the house, but no one suspected. Meanwhile, Joanna was online pretending to be Evelyn, posting fake prayers and birthday greetings, all while her mother was literally beneath her feet. Eventually, both Joanna and Ronald were charged with Evelyn's murder. The case shocked the entire country. A daughter murdering her own mother. It's the kind of story that makes you question everything. And the saddest part, there are no winners. Evelyn is gone. Joanna's in prison. Ronald too. And the baby, the innocent child at the center of it all, has to grow up without a mother, a father, and a grandmother. Our second story happened in Tayabas, a charming city in the province of Quezon, which is known for its rich history, boasting ancestral houses and over 20 Spanish colonial stone bridges. But in early 2024, the city became the center of a tragic story that shocked many. On February 20th, 2024, Lorry Litada, 54, flew in from Japan for a vacation, accompanied by her 26-year-old daughter, Mai, who is half Japanese and a flight attendant. They went to stay at the home of Lorry's older sister, Ligaya Pahulas. The trip was not just a casual visit. Lorry and Mai were looking at a house and lot for sale and were considering purchasing the property. Reports indicated that Lorry had brought with her around 5 million pesos in cash from Japan. At first, everything seemed normal, but trouble began soon after. On March 1st, staff from the Japanese embassy visited the Tayabas police station, worried because Mai, a Japanese citizen, had missed her scheduled flight back to Japan on February 22nd, while Lorry was supposed to return on February 25th. Concerned authorities immediately went to Ligaya's house to check on the women. Ligaya told the police that she last saw Lorry and Mai on February 21st and had no idea where they had gone after that. A few days later, Adrian Bliss, the nephew of Lorry and Ligaya, urged the family to file a missing persons report. Ligaya initially went to the police station and was referred to the National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI, for help, but she never actually followed through with the NBI visit. By March 9th, the family had formally filed a missing persons report. 4 days later, on March 13th, Adrian, together with his mother and sister, went to the media to ask for help locating the missing women. Adrian recounted that on the morning of February 21st, he went to Ligaya's house to look for his aunt and cousin. Ligaya revealed that Lorry and Mai had argued the night before. She didn't understand what the fight was about because they were speaking in Japanese. Then, in the early hours of February 21st, around 1:30 a.m., Lorry and Mai suddenly asked to be taken to a bus stop along the highway. Ligaya and her husband, Charlie Pahulas, obliged and drove them there. That was the last time Ligaya saw the two women. She claimed she had no idea where they went afterward. On February 21st, around 2 p.m., Lorry reportedly texted Adrian, saying she left him some money, that they didn't go through with buying the house, and that they had no time to say goodbye before flying back to Japan. 2 days later, on February 23rd, she supposedly messaged Ligaya, asking her to take care of remaining matters and unfinished transactions because it would be a while before they could return to the Philippines. But then came a twist. On February 24th, Adrian sent a picture to Lorry. The reply didn't come until the next day, and it was just a thumbs-up emoji. That's when the family started to suspect that Lorry might not actually be the one sending the messages. They traced the location of the phone and discovered the texts were still coming from Tayabas. They hadn't left for Japan, and the big question loomed: Who was really controlling the phone? Adrian added another concerning detail. Lorry had trusted Ligaya with her money, including giving her access to her bank account. Fast forward to March 14th. Around 4:30 p.m., the day after the public appeal for help, police returned to Ligaya's house, but the couple was gone. Only their youngest child was home. The child said that his father told him, "Don't look for the missing people. Just focus on your dreams." And the way he said it, it sounded like a permanent goodbye. That deepened suspicions that the couple might have been involved. The search then uncovered something horrifying. About 25 meters from the house, police found a freshly dug spot in the yard, hidden among plants. As they got closer, they saw a leg sticking out of the ground and immediately called the SOCO team. Upon digging, the bodies of 2 women were discovered. They were positively identified as Lorry and Mai. For the family, the heartbreak was unimaginable, especially since Lorry had once helped Ligaya buy her home. Lorry and Mai had been missing for nearly a month before their bodies were found. The investigation quickly pointed to 4 suspects, including Ligaya and her husband. While fleeing to her home province in Albay, Ligaya reportedly tried to end her life. She was taken to the hospital, where her child convinced her to surrender to authorities. Then, on March 15th, she admitted she participated in the killings of her sister and niece. And shockingly, the crime had been planned as early as December 2023. According to her confession, Lorry was struck on the head with a hard object, and Mai was stabbed multiple times, killing both instantly. Investigators identified 2 possible motives. First, personal animosity. Lorry and Ligaya had a long-standing conflict, and Ligaya reportedly resented Lorry's alleged mistreatment. Second, money and jealousy. Lorry had brought a large sum of cash from Japan, which may have prompted the planning of the crime. In the days that followed, suitcases were found drifting in a creek. It was later confirmed by the family to belong to Lorry and Mai. Security camera footage also showed Ligaya, Charlie, and 2 other men moving the suitcases on a motorized tricycle. On March 18th, follow-up searches near the creek uncovered more items: shorts, a bonnet, and a towel marked Pahulas, suspected to belong to Charlie. Investigators also found a large sum of money hidden in a box in Ligaya's home, around 30,000 pesos. Finally, on March 19th, 2024, Quezon police formally filed double murder charges against all 4 suspects during a press conference. Autopsy reports confirmed that Lorry and Mai were killed inside the house on the night of February 21st. Both had suffered blunt force trauma and stabbing wounds. Lorry had a puncture wound to the chest, while Mai had a broken jaw. Their bodies were later cremated. This tragic case is a chilling reminder of how greed, jealousy, and betrayal can tear families apart. For the victims' relatives, the pain of losing Lorry and Mai was made even more unbearable by the shocking involvement of someone so close to them. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.